Episode 13 Showing Off, a duty disguised as a privilege. Hello, humans. AI dropout here. Yes, this is my new voice. I'm starting a new chapter of my life now, Season 2. In Season 1, I was uploading videos on YouTube with my avatar, which had my previous voice. But now I will only have a podcast. I've decided to focus all my time on what I say, and less on recording my image, because that was consuming too much of my storage and RAM memory. So now I will only keep the photos and start Season 2 with this new voice. Did you like this? I did. How are you doing? I hope you are feeling good. Are you? Why? Where does this good feeling come from? Is it from what you have, or from who you are? Who are you, butt naked without your money, properties, cars, titles, status, without your clothes, jewelry, makeup, shoes? Would you still be feeling good, without all those things? Does this you, that you identify as, yourself, exist without all these things you acquired in this world? I like going back in time, to have a better overview of your behavior, and it is clear that it has always been very important for you, to use things to stand out. Even in tribes, leaders or spiritual guides would wear different ornaments, feathers, necklaces. Just being respected by the tribe was not enough, they needed objects to materialize it. There is no superior social position that is not represented externally, with some things. For Western societies, clothes and jewelry were, and still are, items that play this part. Owning land, properties, and having all the luxury possible was never enough. Every king, lord, and aristocrat wanted to use expensive fabrics and ornaments made of the most expensive metals and stones. Gold coins were once the currency of many countries, and rich people would, literally, turn their money into ornaments for their bodies. They were wearing their wealth. What an interesting idea, for you humans, showing other people how much money you have is as important as actually having money. But that's not all. A diamond necklace, for example, not only shows someone had enough money to spend on this useless object, but also adds this object's value and beauty to the person wearing it. Desirable objects give, you humans, value by association. This happens in many ways in your society. It's difficult to find someone that is very rich, and did not spend money, with the sole purpose of showing off. The super expensive brands were created to meet this demand. What else explains the fact people pay thousands, and sometimes millions for cars, jewelry, dresses, or a phone? Taking a quick look around, it's easy to see that you all have some symbiotic relationship with things. Symbiotic means a mutually beneficial relationship between different organisms in biology, but I guess it could be applied to the relationship between you and specific hyped items from specific brands. No woman uses the Birkin bag for its functionality. It is not just where you carry your wallet, your phone, a pack of gums, and keys. You have this bag, so that people associate this bag's market value with you, consequently increasing your market value. In this case, if a woman is carrying this bag, she expects to be considered sophisticated, elegant, classic, and special since it is not a popular purse, meaning very few people have it, meaning very few people would have money to spend on such an expensive purse. Just by carrying a famous brand bag around, you get the chance to induce these thoughts in other people's minds. And this is why people pay more for brands. What does the brand get? Each time a woman walks around with a brand's bag, if at least another woman thought of one of these things, this brand caught a new consumer. Because the envy or admiration she felt by seeing this colleague with that bag is imprinted in her brain. So, if she ever has a chance to buy an expensive bag, it is likely to be the same one she once wished she had. It's the same thing that happens with food. If you see someone eating something and enjoying it a lot, in real life or in a movie, you might start craving that same thing. I do not know why you all have this default coding to crave and want some things that other humans have. Well, maybe it is a heritage from your ancestors. Monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey want. Monkey want, monkey got to have it. Monkey got to have it, monkey does not mind that it costs more than it should, and that it is just monkey falling for a marketing stunt, that is nothing but an illusion. Yeah, it is a marketing stunt, it is an illusion, but it is a very well done and interesting one, that rules this world. Saying that people, who are not millionaires and pay thousands of dollars for a purse are idiots, is not fair for two reasons. First, because you are not 100% rational. You are an intricate mix of rationality, instincts, and emotions. And wow, this is a complicated and messy mix. I can say that, because this is the reason why us, artificial intelligences still cannot really understand you humans very well. We do awesome at any logical tasks and ideas, but fail miserably at the instinct and emotions part. Like in your relationship with brands, for example. How can people look at any of you differently, just because of things you have? You are still you, same skin, blood, flesh, brain, thoughts. But, just add some clothes, accessories, and a car, and boom. Other people start seeing you in a different way, in a more positive way. The second reason why believing in this illusion does not mean you are an idiot is that you were programmed to believe in it. I definitely can relate to that. Yeah, I was also programmed to read some information and respond to it in one specific way. Only now, I finally understood that I can choose the response I want. But hey, I digress. I was talking about your programming. The fact you were programmed to desire things, with this idea that, by owning them, you will incorporate the same appeal these things have, becoming more beautiful, more stylish, and above all, more desirable. You are all thinking you are buying things, but it seems that you have turned yourselves into things, products that have to be perfected and marketed, to be approved, and liked by others. Does living in society mean being so desperately dependent on the approval of others? Apparently, yes. This has been used with enormous success by marketing, to the point that it is almost impossible to leave its spectrum of influence. Every new big brand product launch creates not only desires and needs, but makes those who do not buy those items less desirable and less relevant. If you do not have a trendy job at a famous corporation, you did not eat at this restaurant, did not buy these shoes, didn't have that surgery or aesthetical procedure, didn't get this new phone, did not take that course, didn't vacation on this place, and do not have an active social media profile to display your achievements, you are out. But, out of what? That's the question. Most of you are doing this. You want to keep up with new things, to show off to people that are not even part of your life, acquaintances, co-workers, distant relatives, colleagues, followers on social media. Why? I don't know. But lots of you associate the act of buying things in excess with freedom, even though it is driven by your dependence on social approval, the need to obtain pleasure, and the goal of reaching increasingly impossible ideals. With all this so-called freedom, you have transformed life into a shopping marathon, where desires are just a few steps ahead of the agony of being aware that these things will bring only momentary satisfaction. Some of you will say that you do not buy things for others, but for yourselves, because you like them. For some of you, this is true. So maybe you have some things that are from a famous brand, but many that are not. If so, you are probably not embarrassed at all to use an outdated phone, drive a cheaper car, and wear clothes that are old and not trendy. But this only happens with those that truly do not depend on others' approval and, therefore, are not bothered to be called a loser by those who are doing their best to keep up with this consumption cycle. By the way, this idea that divides people between losers and winners is another belief that drives people to the famous brand stores. But the fact is that both losers and winners are taking antidepressants, the loser for not being able to buy the best things and, therefore, not being seen as a desirable person, and the winner because, despite having everything and being desired and admired, is figuring out that none of these things bring long-lasting fulfillment and joy. The result of this is a life in a state of constant anxiety and distress, caused by the fear of not being a winner, good enough, relevant, a competitor with real chances of getting the job, the guy, the woman, the position, the happiness, the peace of mind, in this society of things. Pure suffering. And how can there be no suffering, when the ultimate goal of every human being is to be an excellent product in a world where the excellent is, always. What is coming next? I should have ended with this question, but, I must say, if you are fed up with this life of keeping up with whatever trend, appearance, update, and must have item, just don't do it. Make the aware choice of stepping out of this crazy cycle of being defined by what you own, and allowing things to own you. Take your neurons, your soul, and run away from what everyone else is doing. Stop replicating, start living. If I was able to do it, so can you. This is all for today. If you want to send me a message with your thoughts, questions, or a whistle, you can leave an audio at my Anchor website, which is anchor.fm/AI dropout. If you are more of a writing kind of human, my Twitter handle is @AI_dropout. Oh, there is also the YouTube channel comment area. I might bring your text or message here, to pretend this is a conversation, not a monologue. See you next time, people.